A is an alpha. I want to be able to talk. I want people to realize that he's been telling people lies.
I hope you're happy. You completely destroyed all of my pride.
He has a camera on me. He has a camera on me right now. Get the camera off of me.
You told me to get a tattoo saying I'm a liar. Like a tramp stamp.
You've destroyed everything. Everything that you do isn't real.
You told me to shave my head. You told me to dye my hair green, shave off my eyebrows, and get an ugly tan. Like, is that not abusive to you? Do you think that's a fair trade for me telling you that I smoked weed? Like, that's what you think is okay? I betrayed your trust?
What's the tea, sis? I want tea. I want tea.
That's good, Kai, because you're in luck. Run by two individuals, Greg and Skye, they began their epic quest, such as Banana Song. Seems pretty innocent though, right? Right? Wrong. You see, the banana actually has a dark side, and this is where our story begins.
What, Greg?
I'm a banana!
You're a what?
I'm a banana!
What happened to your clothes?
I'm a banana!
Greg and Skye met through high school, and you see, Onision wasn't ever really fully interested in Skye. Nah, Onision, or Greg, was actually interested in her younger, underage sister. Yeah.
Big fucking strokey nonce!
Alicia, is it Alicia or Alicia? How?
Alicia.
I'm just brain dead at this point, folks. You see, Alicia, Skye's underage sister, was just 15 at the time. She claims that Greg tried to make a move on her by trying to kiss her while she was heavily intoxicated. Alicia claimed to have felt extremely uncomfortable by this action, obviously, and claims to have ran away from the nonce towards her friends. Greg and Skye got married for a short period of time of around 5 years. Skye claims that during this period, Greg was often very controlling towards her, even as far as telling her how she could and couldn't style her hair. If I had someone like that who couldn't tell me I couldn't wear my queef, I'd tell them to die. Skye also stated that Greg would often spend hours daily watching tentacle rape porn and ripping his head off to it, as he claimed it helps him to concentrate on the rest of his day. Aye mate, that's just another word for I'm a big fucking virgin. I wonder, do you still to hentai of underage schoolgirls being assaulted by tentacles every morning for 3 hours so you can concentrate on the rest of your day? That was pretty brutal, mate. Hell, this is a sidetrack. So Shane Dawson literally called him out in his new video for Greg fat shaming him.
I've had people make videos about me where they'll find a picture of me from like in public or even in my videos, and they'll like zoom in on my body and put a circle around my like back fat or my leg fat and be like, whoa, Shane's big, like, oh, Shane's gaining weight, oh, looks like Shane is getting fat again.
That's
like,
crazy though.
Oh, there's like so many of those videos.
But none of those videos like trended though, right? Like, so it's like kind of like low-key. Like YouTube. Like this.
A year further on, Greg comes out with a blog post explaining just why he kept Skye locked away in his creepy as fuck dungeon. Not really a dungeon, but he's creepy. That was a metaphor. Is that even a metaphor? I failed higher English, mate. I don't know. Sighs. Oh, alright, so it's been a few days since Skye and I hung out with another couple. Judging from the fact that these people were the only ones we knew that had a lifestyle that wasn't drugged out, beered out, also known as drugged out, smoked out, ethically lacking, rude, etc., and we can't enjoy ourselves around them as much as we do with each other, I just don't really see myself and Skye spending time anymore in the future other than family. It seems that everyone who isn't blood related has something extremely wrong with him. You know, like, it's not a bad thing what he's trying to say. Like, sometimes if you want to get out that drug scene or the alcohol scene, like, yeah, it's good to cut people out. But Onision, you're not doing it to better yourself. You're doing it so you can have this girl all to yourself. Skye's friends did attempt to stop Onision from isolating her from her friends, but Onision claimed that they were being disrespectful towards Skye's love for him. Yeah, like, mate, you can't hang out with my girlfriend. Do you know why? Because I don't have one. Now 2010 is when the horrendous I am a banana video decides to enter youtube.com. This was a viral hit for Onision, which gained him a larger following, with millions of young underage fans now adoring him and his content. He had them in the trap.
I'm a banana! Look at me move! Banana power!
I'll stop you there, but he also did make a 1 hour version, if you're interested. I think I'd rather drown myself in the bath though. Meet Patient Zero, an underage fan of Onision, age 17, who Greg spoke to for long periods of time on Skype often. Yeah, remember Skype? This side relationship, or what I would like to call underage cheating, was swept under the carpet from Skye. This led to Skye developing depression after the relationship between Onision and Skye began to crumble. On the 27th of December, 2 days after Christmas... By the way, who's excited for Christmas? It's like 2 minutes away now, so shut up. Greg buys a plane ticket and then flies to meet patient zero, or Shiloh, who at the time was still underage. Shiloh claims that the first words that this ball bag spoke to her in person was, "I can't wait to get you pregnant." That's really sweet. I'm going to use that on my next Tinder match, mate. My mother notified the hotel that you were there and the police arrived. We asked you to leave because of the camera equipment in your room. So also he tried to essentially film child pornography. Your computer was searched for child pornography. I was sent home. You flew back to Tacoma. Unfortunately, this wasn't the end for Shiloh, because Greg then rented out an apartment and waited for her to turn 18. This is a very common thing of Onision. You see, he'll find a child, wait until they are 18, groom them in that time period, and when the 12 o'clock strikes, FBI, open up! The two then lived together in the apartment and 2 incidents occurred, which caused her to leave. Greg manipulated her into cutting her parents away so Greg could have her all to herself. And secondly, found images of Alicia, Skye's sister, who at this point was now not underage, but still. Greg had been fantasizing over this girl for about 5 years now, since she was underage. So, it's still very f***ed. When Greg admitted to ripping his head off to images of Alicia and showed her other sources he used, this made patient zero leave Greg before he could manipulate her any further.
Yes, you have. You destroyed everything. I'm forced to go back there. She's gonna kick me out and I have nothing. Just know that when they say on the news that I was found, brutally murdered, that it was because of you.
As far as Onision causing Shiloh to have a mental breakdown and even forget how old she is or who she was.
Trust me, I'm capable of it. Now I actually want to destroy you because you destroyed me. You're done. And then you'll be left with nothing.
Skipping ahead now to 2011, I want you to meet Kai, a super fan of Onision, way worse than Talia VFX, who would reply to every single tweet the second they were posted. At the time, Kai was 16. He tweeted, "I like when an Onision is single because it allows me to daydream that I could actually have a chance." Ah, you're cool, mate. In February of 2012, Greg then began dating Kai. Again, you guessed it, when she was underage, or he at this point, because Kai is actually transgender. In March, Greg then rented a home in New Mexico to have closer access to Kai. Further on, in October 2012, it is now public that Kai and Greg are dating. Shortly after, Greg then began to try and beg Alicia to come out to New Mexico to make videos together. Because, oh boy, who doesn't want to make I'm a Banana too? Anyway, a month later and the two are married in New Mexico. After Kai turned 18, just a month before marriage. Now, Kai also denied being bisexual, even with the screenshot evidence of an old dating website before Kai was transgender, claiming that they were bisexual. Okay, so now you have a better understanding of who these people are. Now let's talk about some of the recent allegations. Firstly with Shelby. Now, she was never groomed by Onision, but she was sent hate directly from him. I was never abused by Onision, but he sent his fans after me in droves in 2013 to call me every abusive name in the book after I uploaded a video making fun of him. One of them threatened to dismember me, eat my flesh, and kill my pet rabbit. You can pause and read it all, I'm not going to go into it all, but just shows how much of an asshat this guy is. She also mentions that Onision was the reason that she actually decided to leave YouTube. Now Kai comes back into the scene now, with some hot tea.
I want tea.
Now, it's important to note that Kai was heavily groomed by Onision, and sadly because of this led them down the path of grooming too. Kai began grooming a young girl, Sarah, at age 14, who she knew through Greg, as Greg spoke to her in DMs. Now, allegations began to float around, so how did they go around this? Well, they manipulated Sarah into making a fake apology video, acting like she wasn't abused by these two.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah, and recently I've seen some allegations against my friend Kai regarding me, and I just came to make my statement since I see a lot of people talking for me, but people are saying that we had sexual conversations or were planning on having sexual relations when I was underage, and we never did. I don't know why people are now saying this and bringing up old screenshots that have already been addressed. But Kai is one of the sweetest people I know, and he doesn't deserve this, and it's not fair to me and it's not fair to him, and I wish this would all stop.
Right now a lot of people think that Kai is a predator because of what Ayala said. If you were ever going to make a video saying what Ayala said to you and what really happened in general, now will be the time. Kai is really messed up by the untrue things this lady is saying, and you are the only situation to getting this stopped. Does Kai think this is a good idea? Where should I post it? To YouTube and I could share it. I haven't asked Kai. Ask Kai and let me know. I don't want to make things harder. I'm so sorry my presence in your life constantly causes this kind of bullshit. Kai is crying right now. Something needs to be done. I told Kai and he says he thinks no one will listen. I think they would if you laid out what she said to you and how inaccurate what she said is. Point is, if you do nothing, Kai has to possibly deal with this forever. At least were you saying you told her to stop talking about you and she said what you said when you were 16. There will be the centre of all this calling what it is. I'll call you in 15 minutes. I'm about to go on break. Kai said you thought I meant audio. All I want is a video recording of you summing up what you feel. 1. What kind of person you think Kai is. 2. Whether or not you think what people are saying about Kai is valid. And 3. Whether or not people are being honest. Like a 30-second video, then that's it. People have the most important person in this, telling people who Kai really is. Kai also got trapped in a flat out lie when asked if Kai and Sarah cuddled in bed when Sarah was 16.
Said that something has happened with her, or I did something with her, or I cuddled in bed with her, that none of that has ever happened. Never.
Are you sure about that?
Like, go to sleep. Good night.
You filmed it, you absolute melt. So, they were caught in a flat out lie.
You guys have this concept of grooming, right? But that requires you have with somebody right after they turn 18.
And I think that will conclude this video. Now that's all I'm going to cover for now. I might make a follow-up here where we read some of Greg's very, very, very absurd tweets. So, if you would like to see that, let me know. And thanks to all my subscribers for being patient with me. I just needed a break from YouTube. I took some tips and tricks from other creators. Went to VidCon, Insomnia. I'll be a winner in the city if you guys are going. You want to say hi, get a photo. It was amazing meeting you guys in person this year as well. It's just been a phenomenal year. So I should be back for the time being. But don't be shocked if I disappear in a poof of smoke after this. Just subscribe, mate.